Shirley. Thank you for submitting your question to Amon Ros. I'm going to go ahead and read it, and then I'll do a little channeling, okay? Because this is really interesting. Okay, you say, last week I had a dream I was in a field and a spaceship landed in front of me. A very small, dark, gray alien came out and quickly walked up to me. He was about 15 centimeters tall and had very large egg-shaped head. I laid on my stomach on the grass in order to see eye to eye with him. He handed me a pile of yellow papers. One flew off, which I managed to rescue. Telepathically, he mentioned about looking or reading into the middle of the pile. I took the papers from him, which were tiny compared to my size, like the size of my thumb, and wondered where I could put them safely. I was shown a purse. What did this dream mean? Any significance to the one piece of paper flying off? Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, let's see what comes on this. I'm looking at something spinning really, 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 really fast. And paper's spitting out of it. And paper's even flying through the sky. Like, papers, papers, papers. And they're yellow in color. There's something really, I see, so the papers are being spit out of like a machine, and then they're going like a wavy line, and your head is in one of the wavy lines, and the paper is going around your head and then off on its journey. And your head is sort of like this, like you're kind of holding your head. And your eyes are like beep, 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 like little like spotty spots, as you're doing this. Like, that's what's going on right now. There's a dizzying in your eyes. There's sort of a little tiny man walking forward across a ladder that is going towards your third eye. It's a yellow ladder going towards your third eye. The papers are not so much going up and down. They're just going like a straight stream, and it's very soft and relaxed. It's so much smoother. Like, that was a headache. That was too much. He is knocking on the door of your third eye, waiting for somebody to answer. The person who answers is a very large-busted old lady. She kind of looks like a chipmunk in her face, but has really like bangs, and then her hair pulled up into a bun of white and gray hair. She kind of literally looks like a cartoon, like a chipmunk, lipstick, and then very big busted woman. But she's kind of rounded anyway, and wearing a dress. And she's very sweet. And they have an exchange of conversation. I also see your head with a pole going down the center of it and a grinding tool going round and around and around in a circle. It's spinning up the papers inside your head. This tool is trying to, it's sort of like people have those long sticks and they can pick up trash with it. So this long tool has a sharp end, and it's picking up a paper that is it's way down in here, inside the center of your head. It's going down, 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 and there's a little crank that makes it go down further, and then it just lightly touches the paper. And now it's pulling the paper up. You start to cry. You start to look for tissue paper now. Tissue paper to dry your eyes. I see a version of you very sad. Also, what is very much so like chipmunky looking person. This is a younger version. Has sort of the kind of a nose that comes out. Kind of reminds me of like Goofy family members. They kind of have like a nose that comes out. But pointed up. It sort of looks chipmunky. But she too is wearing sort of a black little hat with a little drape piece and black clothing. And she has tissue paper drying her eyes at a ceremony of death. I say to her again, this is a ceremony of death. Did you hear that? A ceremony of death. I tell her that. I don't know why, but I have to tell her that very loudly so she can hear me. She ignores me. In fact, I don't even think she hears me. I don't even think she hears me if I had a foghorn in her freaking ear. I don't think she would hear anything I had to say. I don't think she wants to listen to anything anybody has to say. Part of me is getting so frustrated, I want to push her. I want to see if I can wake her up, if I can push her in her chair and make her move and help startle her awake. She is blatantly not in the same interaction. So the world I'm living in, I'm trying to have an interaction to get her to see me, to notice me. But the world she lives in, she has no perceptive clue that this interaction is taking place. How many times do angels come and visit us each and every day and we don't even have a freaking clue that they're there? Because we aren't paying attention. We aren't allowing ourselves to perceive that love is there. This sort of uproar is actually kind of out of love. It's like, I really need you to see me now. I'm going to be loud and annoying, obnoxious. See me. You won't see me. I just sort of snap my fingers. She won't see me. She won't see me. She continues to be sat at a ceremony of death when she could see me here. Me. I'm like the person that is doing all this, but my voice goes from like to helium. It like goes from my voice to helium balloon voice. Me, like to me. She won't see me. It's getting smaller and smaller. She won't see me. That's what it's like. I'm turning into a tiny little helium balloon sounding person. I need her to see me. There's something important I need to tell her and she won't see me. She won't hear me. She won't listen to me. There's something important. I say, well, I can hear you. I can see you. What do you want to tell her? He hands me the paper. I take a look at this paper, and you're not kidding. So originally the size of the paper is big, but as it sort of exchanges into my hand, it gets really tiny. I say, I understand why she can't understand. The message is too small. How is she supposed to read this? He says, he really wants me to explore this. I welcome the paper to become energy and to speak its message to me. It turns into a yellow paint that drops. And just one drip, and now it turns into a fluid moving stream of yellow. It's manifesting an orb. It's not going to go down this drain. Instead, it sort of splatters on something, some invisible thing. And then sort of goes around it. So I can see there's an invisible orb here. I pick up the orb. One thing he wants you to take notice of is that you did take notice. That you actually took notice and it stuck with you to such a point that you actually reached out for an answer on this. What else are you taking notice of that you don't understand? When you start to welcome yourself to taking notice of these details, more of these details will start to manifest in your life. He is talking about choosing to be present for a death ceremony or be present for a celebration of life. He wants to know if you're choosing to be present for a celebration of life or present for a death ceremony. He wants to know what you're present for. The more you choose to take notice of these extraordinary things, these findings, and to collect them and to not lose a single one of the details, that goes to show how much you care about the clues that you are coming across in your life. They're valuable clues, but what are they teaching you in the end about yourself? What are you discovering about yourself in the end from these clues? He is really applauding you to keep collecting them. Keep taking notice, because these clues are also helping you to learn about yourself. In the end, it's always about what your soul is learning about your soul. and about the other souls that are teaching you more about yourself. Even tiny little alien beings teaching you about yourself in dreams, and missing one single piece of paper and making sure it gets back into a thumbstack. There's so much more. I would love to go into detail on this, but I can't. This type of exploration is only just the tip of the nose. But you're clearly paying attention. And now you've been paying attention, you're taking notice of these things, but what do you do with all the details? What do you do with all the clues? In the end, you have to start working on how you get to the next level in your development to actually understand how to read the clues themselves. That's what I do. I read the clues. I go into the clues and I feel their meaning. Their meaning manifests pictures for me. Now I speak about the pictures, and the spirit pictures speak back to me about themselves. So now I just read the pictures as they come through, the real, and then I share the wisdom about them. But so anybody could hand me any clue, and there is a journey, a frequency, a vibration of wisdom associated with everything. I'm not necessarily convinced that this was an alien, a specific and actual real live alien being, an actual alien event. But this is an out of this world experience that you need to take notice of. This is an out of this world experience because life is an out of this world experience. Something of your consciousness didn't like me. You really feel that there must be something alien, a real live alien thing involved here with this, that it's not just a spiritual thing. It's not just a dream. Your consciousness didn't like me saying that. So if it really is a real alien being, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Now it's time for you to start learning how to make those connections beyond just gathering the clues. Now it's time for you to start growing and expanding your potential as a psychic person, as a spiritual person, as an alien, a lover of alien beings, as somebody who is curious and wants to know more. Now we are opening Pandora's box. Now you are starting to learn about yourself. What is it you really want? Do you want to have alien contacts? Do you want to talk to alien beings? Do you want this to be a real alien interaction? You have the ability to talk to alien beings. Everybody has the ability to talk to alien beings. Everybody has the ability to talk to spirits, to angels, to dolphins, to turtles, to talk to Mother Earth. Everybody has these abilities. This is only the beginning of you opening Pandora's box. I have to go. This has been taking a while, so thank you for submitting that question. I hope this gives you some answers. For those of you watching, if you're interested in exploring, is to have a question that you would like an answer, please visit amonros.com. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful